Paid parental leave. Current maternity leave, FMLA offers 12 weeks of unpaid leave. Right now, the employer holds the choice to offer additional leave benefits for employees, and the U.S. is the only developed country in the whole entire world to not offer paid parental leave to their employees. Why is this important? Many families cannot afford to have one or both parents take a leave. This could result in unhappiness and stress from not spending time with one's newborn or newborns. This unhappiness and unsatisfaction could carry to the workplace or in other aspects of life. For mothers unable to spend time with a newborn, this could increase the risk of postpartum depression. Single mothers are often not able to take leave, but if they do, they could take a financial hit, which could lead to poverty, which in turn feeds into the feminization of poverty we had learned about previously in class. A solution. Companies and businesses could be required to offer at least 8 weeks of paid parental leave, and this pay would come at 80% of their current pay. This would be a parental leave because either or both parents would be able to take it, not just necessarily the mother, which would make it maternity leave. This revision would come in the form of a law, and most likely a federal law, because a federal law would make sure all states would have to follow. Employers would still have the ability to offer additional leave benefits on top of the 8 weeks of paid leave. How does this solution address the problem? There would be less of a financial burden, allowing more families to reap the benefits of taking such a parental leave. This would also be much more affordable. This could lead to an increase in workplace happiness, which in turn could carry over to other aspects of life. And this would allow more single mothers to take a leave, and that would be without them financially forsaking themselves. Other possible outcomes. This could lead to an institutional change for both men and women who take a child care role. This institutional change would be that men are also more able to take care of children and not necessarily having the burden fall on women. And also in the workplace, women who happen to be a parent are seen as less competent. So therefore, with this shift towards men taking more time for child care, women would be seen as more competent in the workplace and see benefits of that. One of the best ways to make a social change is at an institutional level, as we read about, and the workplace happens to be an institution. Another possible outcome would be an egalitarian division of unpaid labor, which would be a more equal split between the unpaid labor, such as the child care being talked about here. This equal split would increase happiness in couples, among other things. The feasibility of this change. There's been a demonstration of paid leave in all other developed countries because, again, the United States is the only country to not offer this paid leave. Many of the other countries also happen to have smaller wage gaps. Not that paid parental leave is necessarily indicative of wage gap, but there are correlations. There's also a lack of negative effects on companies and businesses that offer paid leave, and there are even proofs of positive results coming from it, which happen to be related to employee satisfaction in the workplace. And an example would be increasing hours doesn't necessarily mean increased productivity, so not offering leave does not necessarily mean that the employees will be more productive when they're there. And the law requires compliance so that companies and businesses would have to follow through, but there shouldn't need to be that force because they should see that the positives that come for the companies and businesses, so they should follow. And again, there should be a large emphasis placed on the positive outcomes that are demonstrated in other countries. Will this actually work? Even if a couple of the possible outcomes occur, there's still an improvement made on the current system we have. And without change, it is hard to have improvements such as the ones that are talked about. Conclusion. The current system for maternity leave is not suitable for many families in today's society. Paid leave could bring incredible beneficial outcomes. Other developed countries offer proof of such outcomes. Now the only thing left to do is to take action.